3, 2, 1.
We're back.
And we'll take it from here.
What's going on, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to We'll Take It From Here with Joe and Don. You're about to enter the lair.
This is your host, Don Shoemaker, and my co-host,
Joe Magone.
Man, we're happy to be back this week. This is third one in a week.
Third one in a week, episode 13.
Yeah. Things are going good.
You're doing really good.
How's everything with you, man?
Everything's going well. I think we had a little fun weekend trip up to, or not a weekend trip, Saturday trip up to New Milford, Connecticut, where we connected with your good friend Ronnie, and that was a lot of fun. That was a great episode. So
that was an awesome show.
Yeah, if you guys haven't heard that one yet, go back to episode 12. He has a lot of life experience, talks about his overcoming adversity. It was really good. I was feeling the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. But no, this week after that's been really good. Nothing crazy. Just
right on
jiu-jitsu, a lot of working out.
I took so much away from that episode we did with Ronnie.
Yeah.
It's funny, we record these shows for the audience, for you guys listening, but I find myself taking away so much from our shows too.
Dude, we're
from our different guests.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, that's incredible.
No, I agree with you. It's almost like we're like the front row audience.
That's what it is.
I was thinking about it the whole time, especially, I don't want to say the stuff I'm going through because I'm not going through anything, but where I'm at in my life with career-wise, when I was listening to him while he was speaking, I was almost as if I was listening through the phone because I was like, shit.
Yeah, man, it's almost like you, I relate to it too. Yeah. And I find myself, so if you guys didn't listen to the last show, Ronnie went over what's called a $3 million mindset. And the fact of the matter is, no matter if you have $3 in your bank account, treat it as if you have 3 million. Yeah. And it's all a mindset, and it boosts your confidence. So I find myself kind of thinking about that. Yeah. Even from that episode, I was like, you know what? Everything is I do have 3 million in there. You know?
Exactly.
And you just act that way.
And that's how you do it. And that's what I did. Actually, I was telling you before we hopped on, I did that at work because I'm newly bartending. So sometimes when I'm getting asked drinks that I don't really know, I tend to get a little nervous in front of the guests. I don't show it to them, but in my mind I'm nervous. And I just had the whole mindset of I'm a Vegas bartender. I don't know why I chose Vegas.
I love that.
But I was like, no, I'm a Vegas bartender. And she came up, and this woman came up, and she was like, I'm going to take I want a skinny margarita, but what does that even mean? And I was like, actually, that means you just take out the simple syrup and the triple sec. I'll make it for you, no worries. And then she was like, oh my God. And I was like, yo, dude, you killed that. But I was like, $3 million mindset.
That's all it is. That's it. If you can be confident, that is the whole battle. If you can be confident in what you're saying, you could have even said the wrong thing, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
It could have been yeah, no problem. I'll just go light on a triple syrup, little strawberry. We'll top it with some sugar. Yeah. That one will be a skinny one, best one you ever have. She'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, it's it. You just...
Even though it's completely wrong.
It's completely bullshit. It's if you could sell someone so... Not that you should try to sell something to bullshit them, but you could.
You could. Yeah. On the drink topic, we got a couple drinks here.
Yes, we do.
So we to kick off summer and the beautiful weather, me and Joe were talking. We're like, what drink should we have for today's show? We like to have something. And what do we got today?
Moscow Mule.
Moscow Mule.
Oh, I don't know if I offended anyone by saying Moscow. But
cheers.
I don't care. Cheers.
Yeah.
Moscow.
Who cares?
Exactly. No, for Russia, The Moscow Mules are the best.
It's a good drink.
Nice little vodka. Freshly squeezed lime juice, which is not freshly squeezed upstairs. I'm sorry, but I don't have a juicer.
I could tell. Yeah, I could tell. Yeah. That's actually what's lacking.
And ginger beer. Yeah, no. So you got to take the nice little, I don't know what this is called. Do you know what
these are called...
I forgot.
Oh, what are these called?
I just call them the Moscow Mule glass.
Write us in, guys. The professionals out there, write us in. What's the Moscow Mule glass?
I completely what it's called.
Growler.
Growler. Okay.
Growler.
Growler?
I think so.
No, I thought the Growler. No, the Growler is definitely the big ass beer you can buy.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
There's a name for this. I forget what it is.
For this episode, we're gonna call it the Moscow Mule glass, even though it's not a glass. It's a cup, really. But essentially, what you do is you put 2 ounces of any vodka. We chose Tito's. Half-ounce lime juice. You could also muddle lime, squeeze lime in there, and then you just fill the rest up with ginger beer. Gosling's, I think, is the one I used.
Okay.
Be careful. Sometimes there's diet, and diet doesn't really It's just the flavor of regular ginger beer is better, in my opinion.
You think so?
There's really no difference, but you can sort of taste it.
You know what? If you use diet cranberry, like if you're making a cranberry vodka, yeah, I know it's a different drink, but like diet cranberry actually tastes a lot better than regular cranberry.
Wait. Hold on a second. So I'm gonna, at the risk of sounding a little foolish, I didn't know what a K cup was a few episodes
Right?
back.
Yeah, I know. We're learning.
How the hell? How? Sorry, that was a good one. How is there diet cranberry juice when you just squeeze it?
Don't ask questions. It's just diet. I don't know how they do it, bro.
All right, so
it's less tangy. You know how like cranberry is like really tangy.
You're talking about like that,
strong the strong cranberry, like kind of like tart bitter taste. Yeah. With the diet, you don't have that. So I don't know. It tastes a lot better to mix it that way.
I'm gonna try this.
Yeah, bartender secrets.
Bartender secrets. Don's been you've been a bartender.
Yeah, in my past life, I was a bartender for like a year. So I have a little bit of experience there, but didn't really know what I was doing. But I made it work. $3 million mindset.
There you go. How many Moscow Mules did you make? I've made like 2.
A ton
so far.
A ton. I made a lot of Moscow Mules. I actually made what was becoming like my signature drink was mojitos.
Mojitos.
Back because I worked a lot in the summer, and everybody always asks, "Oh, what's a refreshing drink?" And my go-to to recommend was always a mojito.
Damn.
So I'd always keep mint stocked, behind the bar. And we had fresh mint at the bar I worked at as well. We had it growing on the property. So we had fresh mint. And what I would do, so your normal mojito is just with club soda, typically.
Yeah, you top it off.
What I did was I learned this from another bartender. Her name was Sam. And best bartender you'll ever meet, you know. If she watches this, I'm just, brownie points, so...
keep it up.
No, but I would add a little bit of sour mix to the mojito.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it kind of gave it a really good flavor.
Nice.
And that was her creation. I was like, wow, that's actually really good.
It's a sour mojito.
Yeah, so you do a little bit of club soda, and then you top it with a little bit of sour.
Nice.
And I don't know, it's good. So,
damn. What was your go-to? I guess that you could say is like the drink you always killed.
Yeah, that was always the one. Like I had some people that would come in on like Sundays. They would sit out. We had an outside seating, and they would always be like, "All right, mojitos," and then when they get like freaking a lot, I'll be making like 12 of them, and then they would tell somebody else, and then I make more. And I mean, they're a pain in the ass to make because you got to muddle the lime or the I would muddle lime, muddle mojito, add a packet of sugar, Then what was it? Rum and mojitos?
Rum. Yeah.
Rum and mojito, and then I'll do the little bit of club soda and then sour mix. Shake it all up, and there you go.
Sounds so fucking good.
It was good. It was really good.
It sounds so good right now.
So if you have any, to the listeners, if you have any drink recommendations you want us to try, that's not anything too crazy, we'll try it on the show.
Why not? Fuck it. You send us the recipe.
Send it in.
I think Don still needs to make a cherry chocolate espresso martini.
Or cherry chocolate espresso martini.
Dude, espresso martinis are so... You know what? I think I just found a new love for Baileys. Like, I never drank Baileys before. No, I like Baileys. But, like, now I can see why people will drink Baileys on the rock. They'll ask for a big rock and then just put Baileys in it. And at first I was like, what are you doing? And now I'm like, oh, really? Now I know what you're doing.
I don't think I've ever had Baileys on the rocks. No, I definitely never had that.
Baileys
is it good?
I could imagine. I've never had it.
Okay.
But just the fact that, like, have you ever made a normal espresso martini with and without Baileys?
Yes.
And maybe this is just your preference. What do you prefer?
I don't drink them enough to know.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I think that cream is amazing.
Yeah, from the Baileys? Yeah.
Like, I had a guy ask me for an Irish coffee.
Okay.
And I started making it, so I put like the 4 ounce. I put 4 ounce. Jesus, I'll get that guy drunk as fuck.
That's a lot of
an ounce of JMO. Then I put a half ounce of Baileys, and while I was putting it in, he goes, "Whoa, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Sir," because I didn't know. I thought that's how you make Irish coffee.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Sir," I was good with him at the time. I was like, "Trust me, you'll like it." And I put the coffee, and he was like, "Oh, fuck.
You liked it?
Yeah."
Did you do Kahlua in there too?
No. Espresso martini. I'll do equal parts.
Well, with the Irish coffee.
Oh no, Kahlua no.
Just Jameson and
just Jameson. I'll put coffee. Like I'll go back to the kitchen to get actual hot coffee, and I'll mix that with Jameson and Bailey's.
What's like the craziest drink you've ever been asked to make? Can you think of anything? Has anybody asked you some off the wall?
Yes, yes, and we didn't have it, and he was like, because this guy was testing me, all right?
Yeah.
And he was like, "You have Hoegaarden and a beer." And
it's good beer.
Yeah, it is good beer. But I was like, "Nah, we don't." He goes, "You have Framboise," and I was, and I know he didn't, but I was like, in my own, what the fuck is Framboise? I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
Right.
But I was like, "No, we don't." He goes, "Oh, I was gonna ask you to make me a dirty hoe." And I'm like, where do you people come up with these drinks?
I heard of the dirty hoe. I also heard of, you ever heard Angry Hoe?
No, it's not.
Angry Orchard and Hoegaarden.
And Hoegaarden?
It's good. It's good.
Fuck.
Yeah. I was like, oh, there's that Angry Hoe again.
Yeah, right?
Step right up.
Dude, I have to say, I haven't had anything really, like, besides Dirty Hoe.
Yeah.
Which I didn't make. I think a Cadillac Margarita.
So
I didn't put in the triple or the simple because she wanted it. I don't know.
Did you say, sorry, we're out of the Cadillac Margarita, but I do have Mercedes?
Yeah, Mercedes, that's what I should have said, dude. She was like, and we were getting, it's always when you're like the most, I don't know if any of you ever worked in the restaurant industry, the term weeded means you're completely slammed and busy. In the weeds, right? Or weeded. And I was weeded because we were getting crushed at the bar. And I was just hoping, like, she was asking for something cool, like a martini. Yeah. Just put the vodka in there, shake it up. No, she asked for a Cadillac Margarita.
Oh, jeez.
I literally just said, yeah, man, no worries. Turned to the vet bartender. I was like, what the fuck is a Cadillac Margarita? She got me through it.
So the first, day or two that I was bartending, this customer, awesome dude, his name was Jason. They came in, all the time. They're regulars. And he goes, hey, Don, what's up, man? And I already known him from serving, so we kind of had a relationship or whatever. He's like, yo, can I get a Miami Vice? And I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, I'll get that for you. I'll be right back. And I go to the other bartender and I'm like, hey, Jason, he wants a Miami Vice. How do I make that? And the bartender goes, ask Kat. She's the other bartender. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, what the fuck? Why can't she tell me? So I go ask the other bartender, hey, Kat, what's the Miami Vice? I got to make it for Jason. I'm running behind, and I got a lot of stuff going on. Oh, I'm not sure. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? What's a Miami Vice? I Google it. He's over there laughing. And I Google it. It's a fucking frozen margarita where you have to make two and pour it with two different blenders and pour it in so that it's like a swirl.
Oh my God.
One red and one white. And you pour it in together so that it's it swirls into your cup.
It sounds pretty cool.
It's really cool, but this is something you usually get on a cruise ship that has has the pre-made fucking things where all they have to do is pull the button or pull the lever. And so he's over there laughing and he's like, I'm just kidding, I'm fucking with you.
Oh, this guy, oh my God.
And the other bartenders knew too. And because I was new.
Oh.
Yeah, so they were messing with me, but yeah, so if you ever hear somebody say Miami Vice, be like, no, the blender's broken.
The blender's broken. I don't even think we have a blender.
So,
fuck.
That's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
But
dude, it's
just kind of fun. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's fun that you got to have fun with it. And it's cool to have customers that, have fun with you,
For sure. Damn. This is a good one.
This is good.
Oh, man. So how was your week?
It's pretty good. Work is good.
Okay. Good. That's always a good thing.
Been out of my routine a little bit.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, with usually I'm a big reader, so I like to read. I like to work out every day. I like to eat really healthy.
Yeah.
And this past week, I'm just like, you know what, I need a break, and that's kind of what I've done.
Nice.
And you kind of know, I made this one post on my Facebook, and I was like, when you need a break, or if you're just bitching out of what you should do.
Yep.
And that's kind of where I've been this past week. I've just been go, hammering on all my projects and different things I'm trying to work on and work on myself and just different things I'm involved in. And I'm involved in a lot of stuff. And, sometimes I take on too much to where it overwhelms me. And then I'm like, I can't do anything.
That's important that you realize that you needed to take a little bit of a break.
Yep.
So how are you managing with that? what's a break for you? What are you doing instead of?
I'm just I'm just taking the pressure off myself. There's no pressure. There's no timetable in life, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't. There's nobody or no thing telling me you have to have this many pages done by Monday, or you have to have this video or this content done on your social media. Like
Yeah.
there's no rules.
Yeah, there's no rules.
And so what's helping me is just really just going with the flow and recentering myself
Yeah.
and just relaxing.
Perfect.
And it's hard for me to relax because I'm such a go-getter.
Yeah.
And I'm such a like overachiever type of person. So relaxing for me is actually quite hard.
Well, it's funny you say that because it's almost so no one's saying that you need to get X amount of pages done. There's actually someone who's telling you that. It's you, right? But as long as you're honest with yourself, like for example, if you don't want to do something, right? You just don't do it. That's being honest with yourself.
Yeah, well, you're right.
So it's like you told yourself you were going to read 10 pages.
Yep.
Sure, you can read 10 pages, but if you're also telling yourself, you know what, I need to mentally just disconnect for a little bit, and you don't want to do it, as long as and it seems like you feel great about that decision, as long as you feel great about the decision, there's nothing wrong with that.
I think, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a good point. Because sometimes, like I said, sometimes it just gets to be too much, and there's no, like I said, there's no timeline on what you have to do or what you should do. There's no shoulds.
Yeah.
Do whatever you feel is right in your heart. And that's what's really been helping me is I've been snacking a little more this past week. I've been not reading, these things, but I'm getting back on that routine slowly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's really helped me though, is just to take the pressure off. There's no need.
There's no need. I felt that too. So I sort of been doing the same thing, more so with the gym, jiu-jitsu. Like I've been going to both, but I used to be, I'm doing both on the same day.
Yeah.
Every fucking day.
Yeah.
And I just took a little bit of a break.
It's good.
Needed my muscles to relax a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's better. I've been having more fun when it comes to like actually going to class to train instead of going balls to the wall every freaking time. Like today I decided to be more technical instead of going like wrestling based.
Yeah.
And, man, it's just you learn more stuff about yourself. So it's 100%. Always good to shock it up,
You're right.
And I actually did it today. So I've been reading, I've been continuing my 10 pages a day.
Okay.
And this morning I got up and I was like, dude, because it's funny. I'm going to have to reread this book.
Yeah.
For sure.
What book?
Capitalism and Freedom by Milton Friedman.
Okay.
I'm going to have to reread it.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman. He's a good author.
Yeah, it's Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman,
yeah.
What's it called?
About the book. You got to reread it.
No, I'm going to have to reread it because I'm getting to the point where I'm reading so much that I don't even know if I'm retaining anything.
Oh, okay. I've been there.
Yeah. So, like, instead of my routine has been doing it every morning, the first thing I do when I get up, make the coffee, and right when the coffee's made, I open the book. Today I said no. I said today I'm not, and then I just did my other whole routine, and I read at like 3:00 in the afternoon. It's done. Like it felt better.
It's interesting to me because I think as humans at least I thrive with a schedule and routine.
Yeah,
I'm really good on that. But I wonder if sometimes you need to change up your routine, and that's like what will still propel you forward.
Like a little shock.
Yeah. Kind of like in the gym. You know how you're supposed to like shock your muscles, do different things, change up the speed of your workout, change up, different exercises to kind of like shock your muscles.
Yeah.
I wonder if our routines are the same way. I wonder if we because we kind of like get stuck in that little path of what we're doing.
Yeah.
I wonder if we have to change things up every once in a while just to keep things fresh.
I mean, for me, 1000%, because I get bored of things.
Me too.
Even if I love things, I get bored. And that's where discipline is. That's where your self-discipline comes in. So there's a lot of times where I just want to do I want to do nothing more times, but I won't because I want to discipline myself. But for example, like today, my routine would have been coming home from jits, either one of the two things, going to the gym or going for a run. And I was head bent on going for a run.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was because I succumbed to the weakness or I decided, fuck it. Like, because it was a beautiful day out.
Right.
And I told myself, I was like, dude, you haven't been out to the bar just by yourself to get a drink in so long. Why is that? Like, Like, I want to do it. I kept saying to myself, like, I want to do that. I want to do that. And then I really like something. I just came to realizations like, dude, you can. Just don't go for the fucking run.
That's it.
That's it. Or even if I went for the run and went, which I didn't, I was like, just fucking go have fun. Enjoy your fucking town that you live in.
Yeah. So, you know what? I think sometimes we have an all or nothing mentality to where, like, if I don't do this stuff all the time, I'm a failure.
I have that
issue. It's just that I do too.
Yeah.
And I'm really like a perfectionistic person, which I've gotten a lot better on. I'm working on that. But I just think, I think it's okay to have those breaks. And I don't want anybody listening to take this the wrong way, because if you're taking these breaks all the time, listen, 2 or 3 times a week, you're not going to get anywhere.
You're not.
Sometimes you really do have to push through, be disciplined, and stick to your routine.
Yeah.
But if you can be disciplined enough to stick to your routine 95% of the time, look, having those nachos one day or going to the bar like you did one day, it's not going to do anything.
It really is not going to fucking.
You're going to get right back on your routine the next day or the next week, whatever, and things are going to go good.
Well, for sure. And I think actually it's funny. I think the reason why I tend to get a little scared of, I don't want to say scared, worried.
Yeah.
Of breaking the routine is I don't want to make it a habit. So I tend to just keep going.
Okay.
So like tomorrow now, I work in the morning and I'm going to but afterward, I'm going to class, but I have to make sure I go to the gym. And if I don't go to the gym, I gotta at least make sure I'm not eating my shit.
Yeah.
It is funny. It's a battle. In the end, though, I feel like we live in the age of social media, so we can always show people what we are doing or not doing. I think in the end, though, as long as you're just, it's really just an internal battle. Yeah. Sometimes, as long as you can just be happy with, and I'm not saying like be happy. Like if you're fucking 400 pounds overweight and you're not happy, fucking change yourself.
Right.
Fucking get disciplined.
Right.
You know, stop feeling sorry for yourself. But like if you're doing really well and you have one slip up, dude.
So there's I don't know if you ever heard of Louis Carolla.
No.
I'm saying the last name wrong, but he's a coach, I believe Notre Dame coach.
Okay.
And he's had a couple of videos that have went viral, that like motivation videos, and he has a great quote. I'm gonna see if I can get the whole thing right here, but it was lazy people will work hard, or I'm getting this wrong. Lazy people will work and you know what, the end of the quote. I just sent this to somebody too, I forget it. Winners will work as hard as they can all day long. At the end of the day, still think they didn't do enough.
Oh, wait a second. I think I've seen.
I forget the beginning part, but that's the main part of it.
Yeah, it's about
and it's true.
Never being complacent.
Well, it's never being complacent, but it's also thinking.
Never being satisfied.
It's never being satisfied. It's never being satisfied.
Yeah.
So that is that winner mentality. That is a blessing.
Yeah.
You know, that we both have, and that people like high achievers and driven people have. But it's that thing where you just have to be, you have to be confident in your own decisions, to where, you know what, I know in my mind, in my body, I need to take a break right now.
Yeah.
You know, and that's perfectly okay.
Yeah. That is, and that's a hard thing to admit, especially when you have people like, when you have like your Goggins, right?
Yeah.
And all these people who just
you're comparing.
Well, you're comparing, exactly, and that is so. Let's go on that actually.
Yeah.
What's so dangerous about comparing? Isn't it good to always look at someone and be like, "Damn, he inspires me," or "I will aspire to be him"?
Well, you know, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because
why is that?
You know what, everybody is unique. We all have our own gifts.
Yep.
I don't care how many, like, somebody having followers or a bunch of money doesn't make them more valuable than me. And I've always looked at it that way. Yes, there's people I emulate and people I want to be like, and people's lives that I want to have, you know, be very similar to.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll always be Don Shoemaker Jr.
Yeah, you won't be.
I'm never going to be Joe Magone. I'm never going to be Andy Frisella.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be Ed Milet. I'm never going to be Tony Robbins. I am Don Shoemaker. And that's how I look at it. I don't compare myself to any of those people. I used to put them on a big pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I'm already there.
Yeah.
Kind of how we talked about that $3 million mindset.
Yeah.
I am that person already.
Yeah.
Time just hasn't caught up yet.
That's an amazing mindset. I love that. Time just hasn't caught up yet. It's almost like you're beating you're getting ahead of the game, right, on your future. And what's also cool about that, like, I was listening. It's funny you brought up Ed Milet. It's a very good podcast. I think it's called the Ed Milet Show. You folks should check it out. He's very good. He has a very unique way of speaking, and he does get his message out in an amazing way. He was talking about being rich. Like, he was talking about the book. Was it Get Rich? What's the book you always mention? Something about
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
No, that was one.
Think and Grow Rich.
Thank you. Think and Grow Rich. And when you hear that title, audience, what do you think because what I thought originally was Think and Go Rich. What do you think? I bet you 90% of you, or maybe 100, thought of green paper bills, right? Because that's what I thought. I thought of mansions. I thought of Lamborghinis. I thought of jets.
Yeah.
But he said it in his podcast episode. He goes, and by the way, rich does mean that, but he also goes, rich also means happiness.
Right.
So it's like,
right.
The more I'm getting older, the more I'm realizing the part of it, I want the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not all of it. And that speaks wonders, because if we go back to my story about how I left my job, my career, I should say, back in August, of being an auditor, right? I wasn't happy. Mm-hmm. So I was rich, maybe for my age group, what the salary I was making, but I wasn't rich inside. I was pretty damn poor. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting, I don't even know where I was going with that, but fuck.
Well, you know what? It comes down to, again, we talk about mindset a lot.
Yeah.
And rich is a mindset as well.
Mm-hmm.
I can go around and think I don't have any money in my account, I'm poor, life sucks, keep my head down. Or I can walk around, hey man, how's it going? Yeah. I'm positive. Today's going to be a great day.
Yeah.
Man, where's the money today?
Yeah.
And have an abundance mindset. How much better do you feel about yourself? That's free.
Yeah, it is free.
It's free to think that way.
Yep.
So I think that's a great point that you brought up about it's not always money that makes you rich. You can be rich in relationships, rich in, anything else in life, rich in, your environment, rich in prayer, being really in tune with things. I think that's a great way to look at it.
It's an amazing way to look at it, because if you speak to some of these people, not all, some people will probably go through their career of a high-tech businessman. Like, you hear Frisell say all the time he loves what he does, and mm-hmm. he actually loves what he does.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people who work the 9 to 5, who do really become successful entrepreneurs, not all of them are that happy. And then those people who aren't actually happy, who are fucking millionaires, multimillionaires, they have all the fucking hot ladies, all that shit. Yeah. You see, if you ask them 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to be like, man, I wouldn't do it. Like, I always come back to the one story of this lady I knew whose ex-husband was an investment banker, and he retired at 45. He had, quote unquote, fucking money. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And he was always working. They would go on vacation. She would tell me he was 24 hours a day on vacation. He was on his phone. He had to get the deals done. And they got divorced, for whatever reason. Right. Kept in touch, kept a cordial relationship. Next thing you know, she's asking him, if you could do it again, would you do investment banking? He said, absolutely not. No. He goes, I didn't live my life.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn.
Well, I always think about, you hear oh, what's your biggest fear in life? My biggest fear is regret. I never want to get to the end of my life and have regret. And so that's why I'm so passionate about figuring out truly what I want to do at a young age.
So regret for not doing what you think you were on this earth to do.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Not doing what I feel as though I was meant to do. Yeah. And happy to do.
Yeah.
Because I think also, I think you ask any of these successful people, they'll tell you the best things about their life is the amazing relationships they have with people.
Yeah.
Because that's a huge part of business and a huge part of success is the relationships you can build with people. Mm-hmm. And if you can form genuine relationships, positive and fun, genuine relationships with people, your life is never going to be dull and you're never going to be lonely.
Yeah, that's a very nice outlook on it.
So, it's a great way to look at it. And, I had a quote in my head too. I'm a walking quote library, as you know. I listen to a lot of shit, right?
Yeah, that's never a bad
in
thing.
the one motivational YouTube video I was listening to, kind of regressing back to taking rest and taking a break, is what if this time of rest and this time of taking a break is key to your world-class producing?
Yeah, okay.
So what if this time that you are taking back to reflect a little bit is key to you getting to that next level?
Because you have mental clarity to see where you're going next and plan where you're going next.
Exactly.
And see what you have done already and what you have accomplished, and you can critique where maybe you're not the most successful. It's almost, it's probably not almost, it is similar to when you go to work out, and people who work out 7 days a week, the minute, like if you were to work out 7 days a week, if you took a week off and came back, people would probably be like, holy fuck, dude, like you look different.
Yeah.
Because your body and muscles are actually healing, and that's when they get bigger.
Exactly.
And stronger.
Exactly.
Same thing.
You know, for the listeners, I'm going to give you a challenge right now that is really going to change your life. I promise you. I want you to list out where you were 5 years ago in all areas of your life. So list out where you were in your happiness in relationships, list out where you were financially, list out where you were athletically, list out where you were mentally. Write a list of where you were 5 years ago, 1 to 10. Now write a list of where you are right now, 1 to 10. Then compare those numbers. You're going to be mind blown of how much you've grown in the past 5 years if you have been truly focused on growth. Because as a growth-minded person, it's really easy to feel like you're not getting anywhere. And it's really important to do these types of exercises because you'll be surprised about how far you've really come in 5 years.
Yeah, it's.
And then after you have your current numbers, I want you to do where you're going to be in another 5 years and where you're going to improve those numbers in another 5 years. And then in 5 years, you're going to be able to look at that and be like, holy shit, I have come so far. This is absolutely incredible. So
that's amazing to hear about that.
Yeah, I learned this from the book Awaken the Giant Within. It's by Tony Robbins. This is a really good exercise he has in there. But I urge everyone, Joe, everybody to do this. It's an amazing technique.
So actually, while you were saying that, I was actually doing a mental, like I was looking at you, but I was doing a little mental recap of where I was 5 years ago, and I could even tell you, holy shit, like it's completely different. Some things maybe seesawed a bit, but it's okay. I'm completely in a different spot. I was like, I'll give you an example just from mine. I used to always go, like I used to be avid on wanting like absolute shredded body.
Okay.
So though I
see that's not your goal anymore.
Fucking ass. Oh, I see you turned into a comedian. Oh, that was good. That was good. I love it. Always gotta keep it good here in the freaking.
Always got jokes.
Exactly. We'll take it from here. We talk serious, but we also fuck around. So that was good. But fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. That was good. But I used to always, I would essentially starve myself.
Okay.
I wouldn't eat properly, wouldn't eat healthy.
Okay.
I would run 5 days a week. I would go to the gym 4 days a week. And I'll tell you, I got pretty damn shredded. I felt like shit. I was tired. Mentally wasn't there because I wasn't getting the nutrients. I would constantly be looking at myself in the mirror and always seeing what I was not instead of what I was.
Okay.
Now that was my workout, I would say my fitness.
Okay.
When it came to relationships, I didn't have anyone. I was always wondering why I didn't have anyone, when it was going to come.
Right.
I would always fail at trying to pick create relationships because I was forcing it.
Okay.
I can tell you that everything is complete opposite right now.
Okay.
When I am working out now, I still think I'm in very good shape. I know I can be in absolute, like I'm not in bad shape. I'm in very, very, very good shape. But what I want, like I would say, like I would like to be like Mitch Hagger. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I know that I'm capable of that.
It's good to have that goal.
The goal, right?
You know.
But there's a lot that I need to change to get to that goal.
Yeah.
But I'm also happy. Like remember,
That's good.
Satisfied. Like
That's good.
I'm not like I'm not. I look at myself now and I say, "Damn, like, dude, you're doing a good job for yourself." But I'm also keeping myself in check.
Well, you're satisfied, but you're not at the same time. You know you have a goal you want to get to.
Yes.
But you're enjoying the journey to get there.
Exactly.
And that's all it is.
And I also admit that I do need to stop some of the ways that I eat to get to that physique because it's just impossible.
Okay.
I'm not,
yeah.
But like at the same time,
I thought I saw a little bit of sauce on your face. Were you eating some pizza before the show?
Actually, I was eating meatballs. Do I actually have sauce on my lips?
You didn't.
That's perfect. I was eating
It's funny because I was being an asshole. I had no idea.
No, hey,
this guy's stuffing his face with some meatballs. You know, fucking how many meatballs could you have? You know what I mean?
4.
That's my Italian accent coming out there a little bit.
Shit,
Forget about it.
Dude,
that's funny. That's
no,
funny.
fucking that's not like a joke.
That's
I
funny.
actually had 4 meatballs before you came.
Well, it's good protein.
It is good protein.
You know, it's good protein. It's all about the macros.
All about the macros. I'm like, what's the macro scale for 2 Moscow Mules?
Yeah, we don't track that. Yeah, you know, where else are we going with this, Joe?
I don't know. If there's one thing about this show that I love is that we don't fucking plan shit.
No, we don't. We don't. Which is kind of cool.
Because it shows that, I think it breeds more creativity because we're forced to think on our feet.
That's for sure. Yeah. That's for sure. You know, I was talking with Joe a little bit before the show, and one thing that I wanted to bring up was the topic of worrying.
Okay.
And in particular, how much we really shouldn't worry in life. I'm somebody who, you know, I always want a plan. I always want what I'm going to be doing, where I'm going to be, whether it's my living situation, whether it's my job, no matter what. You know, I'm somebody I always want to be a step ahead, which isn't a bad thing, but it is if you start worrying a lot about it. And I think that's a problem that a lot of us have. We ask ourselves these what if problems, like, what if it doesn't work out? What if I do this and this happens? What if? But
what if it doesn't actually work out?
Exactly. Or what if it doesn't work out? Well, that's okay.
It's okay.
Then it wasn't supposed. It wasn't. It was meant to be.
That's the exact.
It was meant to be.
Or the. So I don't mean to cut you off there, but that's the actual answer I was looking for. That or find another way.
Find another way. So yeah, I mean, listen. You know, you could want something really bad, and if it's not supposed to work out, God's not going to let it work out.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, if you could want something all you want, but if that's not part of your plan, it ain't going to happen. And you got to be okay with that as well, and have peace in whatever happens.
Yeah, I'm learning about that a lot, and actually to tie full circle a little bit to what I just said 2 minutes ago about the relationship. I wanted it so bad. It wasn't in my plans for the time being, and it's like so much better now because now I don't have to worry about anything. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
I love that
because I'm not tied to anyone or anything.
I'm
not saying that I don't want it because I actually do.
Right.
But now I can actually truly be in control of my own destiny.
And you're not forcing things. Yeah, which is really good.
That's huge.
You know, there's a lot.
Do you think there are a lot of? Sorry to cut you off. Do you think there's a lot of failed marriages and failed relationships are coming from? And you see a lot these days, people forcing people settling.
1,000%. Don't settle. I mean, we talked about that with your sister a little bit. Don't settle. If they don't check all the boxes, they ain't for you, man.
Yeah.
They ain't for you. Don't. You know, this is about being truly happy. Don't settle ever. If they don't check the boxes that you like, that's settling.
Wasn't Dr. Mudas? Shout out Gus. How you doing? Didn't he say something about instead of going from having a checklist and checking them off at the date, you build up?
Yeah, he did.
Did he talk about that?
He did, yeah. He mentioned with trust, when we were talking about trust, how usually you go into a relationship and you're 100% trustworthy from the beginning. Well, really, it should be 0. You start at 0 and build to 100.
I like that.
And I like that as well.
Yeah.
So, but I also think, like, you're narrowing down your relationships to just a female. Relationships is everybody. Relationships with your friends, with your parents.
I love that.
Everyone in your life. you need to build those relationships with everybody in your life.
And that actually goes back to what you just said about not worrying, because you hit the fucking nail right on its head. For me, when I talk about relationship with anyone, I don't even consider relationship with business partners, relationship with family, friends. I only do the girlfriend side.
Right.
We're playing a little footsie there. Sorry.
I didn't even notice.
No, I think we were. That's why I was laughing. But think about it. Instead of me, because I'm looking at it this way. I'm looking at where's my girlfriend.
Okay.
Instead, I should be like, I'm not gonna worry because I'm so rich. I have a beautiful family, beautiful friends, great coworkers.
How blessed!
I'm blessed.
How blessed!
I have that one that's missing, but it won't be missing forever.
No, she's not missing. She's out there.
She's out there. I just need to find.
Yeah, that's it. She needs to find you. You need to find each other. You know
exactly.
And I think, everything in my life that I've tried to force never worked out.
Dude.
And my mom always told this to me because, she would say, just let life unfold.
Yeah.
And the best is going to come to you naturally. The best people in your life. I think when you truly just focus on yourself and being a genuine good person yourself and being a genuine individual, always doing the right thing. I think the right people naturally gravitate to you.
Okay. I like that. Yeah. I feel like because you sort of go on the same plane. Yeah. So to speak.
The same wavelength, you think in the same way.
But I have a question for you, and this is actually a question that I want to know what your answer is. So we're talking about this now, and this sounds great, right? Don't worry. Everything's planned, everything's going to work out in the end. Awesome. I feel good about it now. Now let's just say hypothetically I go in the car, drive back to my apartment. What do I do to stop thoughts that come back in that I'm not where I want to be?
Well,
how do you approach that?
I think it comes down to gratitude and prayer.
Okay.
I think it comes down to gratitude and prayer. And I say a little prayer to myself. I say Lord, I know that the blessing is already prepared. You are simply preparing me for the blessing.
Okay.
I trust in your divine timing. I know that everything is coming my way, and I trust in you. Amen.
That's beautiful.
So I say that to myself, and that helps me a lot. That helps me to kind of calm down. And I'm grateful. I make sure I practice gratitude for the things that are really good in my life. Yes, maybe I'm lacking in this one thing, right? Or whatever I want that I don't have right now. Well, look, I still have a full fridge at home of food.
Yeah.
I have, a beautiful house to live in. I have amazing parents. I have a dog that is so happy every single time I come home that it's like she's never seen me before.
Mm-hmm.
I have amazing friends.
Yeah.
I have, a great job with great people. So all these things, I make sure I'm always keeping myself in that grateful state, and that takes all the anxiety and the worry away.
Okay.
And that's how I deal with it.
Okay, cool. Thanks, because it's hard. You usually, it's easy when you're in around a social setting. It seems better, but then when you go in your own thoughts, it can be very hard.
Well, you know what? You also have to do a lot of work to figure out whatever it is that you feel as though you're lacking in,
mm-hmm.
and that you're struggling in, that you don't have right now. What work can I do to get myself closer to that goal? So as much as I'm praying and I'm practicing gratitude, I'm still actively trying to figure things out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still actively journaling and asking myself these questions about how I can get closer to that goal, whatever it is that I'm maybe worrying about,
Yeah.
And then, you know what? At the end of the night, I just say, I give it to God. I give all my worries to God, and I just don't worry.
Cool.
That's it.
Nice.
So does that help? Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that helped a lot. Thank you.
So
good.
That's what I do.
Perfect. Awesome. So I actually have a question for you.
You feeling all right over there, Joe?
Oh, I feel great. I'm not drunk, trust me. I'm not drunk. This is actually a good conversation.
Falling over there.
No. If you could tell your 10-year-old, so if you could tell yourself 10 years in the past, right? So you're 15, so you're 25 now, right?
Yeah.
Let me rephrase this question like a human being.
Yeah.
You're 25 years old.
25.
If you could tell 15-year-old Don Shoemaker Jr. anything right now, what would it be?
Wow. Never thought about that. If I could tell 15-year-old Don, you know, I think I would tell him, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to fucking go for it. Don't be afraid to ask out that girl, the hottest one. Don't be afraid to say your dreams and do what you want to do. Not what anybody else wants to do. Do what you want to do. And don't be afraid of judgment of others. You know, you have a lot of friends that may judge you if you say certain things or do certain things. And I would tell that 15-year-old me that doesn't matter. And that you need to just do what's going to make you happy. And that everything you're doing right now is building you into the man you're going to become years down the road. That's what I would say.
That's deep.
That's what I would say.
Love that.
How about you, Joe? Well, how old are you? You're 29?
29, 19.
What's 19-year-old Joe?
Stop,
what are you saying to him?
Stop overanalyzing.
Yeah.
Explore more avenues.
Mm.
Don't pigeonhole yourself to one thing.
Okay.
There's more out there than you think you want. Be open more so than you already are. I like the don't care what anyone else thinks. And just take more shots. That's it.
What kind of vodka?
I love it.
Take more shots, yeah.
Take more shots.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. Stop overanalyzing.
Yeah.
Your overanalyzing blurs your vision of what the possible opportunities that are right in front of your face.
I love that.
Ignoring it. The explore more options and more routes obviously is a tribute to me pigeonholing myself in a career I didn't want to do. And thankfully I found out at 29 instead of later on.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have been better though to see that at 19, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
That's what I would tell.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's you know, I like the part that you said stop overanalyzing things, because I struggled with that so much in my life. And especially at 19, 20, 21, 22 years old. Thinking that I had to have everything figured out, like right now. Like whatever I was going to do for the rest of my life, I had to figure it out right now.
Yeah.
And if I don't, I'm a failure. Nothing's ever going to work. I'm not going to have enough time, right? All these things. And just how foolish that was to think that way.
Yeah.
Because, you know, life is just a matter of figuring things out as you go, really. Like, sure, you can have these plans, but life unfolds. It truly does unfold as you go.
Yeah.
And you don't know what avenues or what opportunities are going to open or what people you're going to meet if you go and try something.
Yeah.
And I've always preached get involved. And get involved, join a club. You know, if you're in high school, whatever, if you're in school right now, if you're listening, join a club, join a sport. Go out to be in an officer position of your key club. You know, it's the only thing I can think of. I was in key club.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was president of key club.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know what I was doing, right? But I ran the meetings. It taught me things. And it allowed me to try different things out and meet new people and have new experiences, because life is all about your experiences.
Yeah.
You know, if you're never trying anything, if you're too afraid to look stupid, you're never going to have a new experience, and you're never going to learn what truly is going to make you happy and what's going to make you tick and where you're going to stand out.
Yeah. Amen. I love that.
So
that was powerful. It's true.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know, it's such a funny thing, you know, growing up. Man, I can't even describe how much I struggled with thinking I had to have everything figured out, and thinking that I need to have such a plan and analyze fucking everything. Every little tiny minute detail.
oh, did I say hi weirdly? Did I?
Oh,
Did I
that
look
too.
like a?
Yeah, that too.
Did I look stupid in front of her?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Oh
I'm thinking about my future.
no,
But yeah, I did
no.
that. I did that too.
But like that's like
Analyze every conversation I had. Oh, did I say that weird?
yeah.
What are they thinking of? Oh, what are they going to think after I said that?
Well, and then I said that right, but
Oh,
like
I didn't respond right away to that text message. Are they going to think I'm ignoring them?
exactly.
All these stupid things.
But like the thing is, it goes hand in hand with what you were saying about overanalyzing what your life and what you need to do. Because if you're overanalyzing at such a trivial level, because that's what it is, it's trivial. When you're thinking about what someone may potentially be thinking about you, which by the way, they're not thinking fucking shit about you. Then you are going to be overanalyzing. You know, you're going to be overanalyzing everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to catch yourself.
You know, another thing, I think I would tell that to my 15-year-old self too, is stop overanalyzing, because looking back, how many beautiful relationships I could have had with girls or anybody really that or could have been friends with if I would have just stopped overanalyzing. What are they going to think about me?
Yeah.
And if I just would have went for it.
Yeah.
And I think that's, I still overanalyze a little bit, but I've gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
And, I'll tell that to myself too.
Yeah.
Like, look, nobody's thinking about you.
Nobody. Yeah.
Nobody's thinking about you. They're thinking about a million other things in their life, just like you are right now.
Exactly.
That conversation that you had that you think went weird, or that you said something weird, or you said something offensive or whatever, they're not thinking about it 5 minutes after you walk away.
No.
You might be thinking about it 4 hours afterwards.
And you're
they're not thinking about it.
You're creating a reality.
You're creating a false reality
in your
head.
Yeah.
So
that was big too. How many friendships? Yeah. One thing that I'm starting to realize too, a lot of the times, if I got rejected, right, as a kid, I would get pretty offended. But like I wouldn't like show it to the girl.
Okay.
Sometimes, but like I would get really, really offended. And instead of just being like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just be friends with her, and then that's it, like going your merry way, I would like sort of cut off a little bit.
Okay.
And think about that. Think about how much harm you're doing to yourself, because if you're able to be mature enough to stay friends with someone or be friends with someone, then that actually just shows them like, hey, they don't like you, but oh my God, I have this friend and she would love, you know what I mean? Like you're building friendships.
Yes.
That's one thing I would tell.
Well,
myself.
because, people make the party, they truly do. And if you can have, I truly think a huge key to life is building relationships with people in your life. And you can do this at a young age. You can do this when you're in middle school. You can do this when you're in high school. Support your friends. Support your inner circle. Who is hitting you up? And text them. Hey, hope you have a good day, man.
Yeah.
Or, hey, I love that shirt you were wearing today. These things go a long way.
Yeah.
And something that I've started to do the past year is I send appreciation texts every morning. And this is a great way to build relationships with people. These are genuine texts. I'll go through my contacts, somebody I haven't talked to in a while, and I'll be like, hey, hope you're doing well. Maybe, saw you were over here on social media or whatever. That looked so cool. Talk to you soon. And it's just something simple like that. You're building a relationship with somebody just to let them know you care about them. And you'd be amazed about how far that really goes in their book and how good that makes you feel as well. And I urge everybody listening to do these things. The people in your life that you consider in your circle and that you consider close to you, support them. Nurture that relationship. And I think, really good things would happen from that.
It's huge. I love that.
So
yeah, perfect. I think that's a good place to.
I think so, man.
Up,
yeah, it's all about the vibe.
It's all about the vibe. I was vibing though. It was good though, but I like. Yeah. Honestly,
It's all about the vibe.
That's busted my chops here, thinking if I'm drunk or not about to fall over. Now I'm really just deep in thought with a lot of the shit you said is resonating with me. A lot of shit.
I like that.
That you saying is making me realize that I could do more and reach out more, and I like that. It's cool. Yeah, there doesn't have to be a reason. Like, you know what?
No reason. No agenda.
No agenda.
No agenda.
It's just that. Like, that's it.
Just genuinely care.
Just care.
Man, you could reach out to your aunts, your uncles.
Yeah.
Family, friends you haven't seen in a little while. And, just let people know that you care.
Yeah.
And it's, I I know it goes a long way in my book. So
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But I think that's the show.
That's definitely the show. It was this was a good one. I didn't expect any of what we spoke about.
I didn't either.
It, yeah.
You know, it's really cool. Time after time, show after show. Man, we've been going for 54 minutes, and it truly doesn't feel like we've been vibing here for an hour. I mean, this is just something that I'm learning. When you truly find your passion, and when you truly find, some things you really like to do, time doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy doing this podcast with you, Joe. And I really enjoy speaking and talking about life and sharing my perspective and diving introspectively. And I just realized that, wow, this is something else with time just goes away.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So, no, thank you. I really enjoy doing this podcast with you.
Yeah.
We definitely vibe off each other. We definitely compliment each other. We definitely challenge each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is all, I mostly, I just have fun with.
Oh, yeah, that's all.
That's it.
Well, I think that's why we started this
exactly.
show, right? And, for the listeners, I want you to think about right now as we close out this show, what makes time go away for you?
Yeah.
What makes time kind of feel like it doesn't exist for you? Find that thing and do it. Pour into it, and that's probably your gift, and your gift will make room for you.
Hell yeah.
So.
Amen. I love that. I'll take that into consideration because I'm in that current state too.
There you go.
Also, think about the stuff, like the questions that we were asking each other about. What would you tell the 10 years ago yourself?
Yeah.
Think about that. And whatever you would tell yourself 10 years ago, tell yourself now, because it's obviously something that'll help you.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So we are on Instagram, We'll Take It From Here podcast. We are also on YouTube at We'll Take It From Here with Joe and Don. We are also on TikTok at We'll Take It From Here. So give us a follow on there. We would greatly appreciate it. And you can follow me at Don Shoemaker